We are all facing health conditions sooner or later in our lives, and the way that we and society is treating that health problems is to think that they come to us. It's like a coincidence, and we are unfortunate to have them. It's absolutely necessary to do more to fix them in order to heal. So society is very much concerned about giving you some kind of pill, some kind of medicine. In this video I'm going to share a different kind of approach with you that I experienced, and that's quite in contrary to what normally people think about diseases and how they treat them. It's an opportunity to try something different and to discover ways of healing that are completely free, that you can use for yourself in your daily life without the need of being dependent on any kind of doctor. I'm not a doctor. I know that in some cases it might be necessary and very important to take medicine. I'm not against medication, but I want to share with you another kind of approach that might be helpful for you in order to heal. What if diseases and the symptoms they are coming with that diseases are not some kind of bad luck, but they are messages. They are very clear messages that want to tell us what is the problem and where we should pay attention to in order to heal and to become healthy again. Society is telling us that doing more, fixing more is very important. But what if the contrary is actually the case? So I think that many people experienced, like I experienced, that doing more and fixing more doesn't help and will not heal the disease. Even though I took medication or some kind of supplements, and there are people nowadays they're taking a lot of different kind of supplements. But what if all of this doesn't help? I had that experience, and I guess that many of you have also that experience, that in some way it might help a bit to take supplements and medication, but in another way it doesn't heal that disease, and you become very dependent on that medication and supplements that you're taking into your body. And also there's always the question of that side effects. Many people tend to say that, oh, there's no side effect, you can just take it, it's no problem. But in my experience, that's not always true. So everything we take into our body, we have to consider what it does to our body and what is the effect of it. And I experienced so many side effects that at some point for me, I just quit to take any kind of supplement, because I felt that it's very harmful to the body, because it's not in a natural form that the body is taking it. So I want to share a wider perspective on that. And it's based on my personal experience, and I'm not a doctor. I'm just following this path, and I was in search of finding ways how to heal myself. And during this process, I was reading and watched different kind of videos of people that are saying that there are these spontaneous healings. I don't know if you have ever watched something about that, but for me it was very clear from the beginning as I saw this. It was like a feeling inside of me that I knew that spontaneous healing is possible. But for that spontaneous healing to happen, I think the most important part is that something in the mind, in your being is changing. To change some kind of food, supplements, diet is kind of like on the surface. It might help for a while, it might be good for the body, but in my experience, the body is more than just a kind of machine that you have to fix by taking these things. There is a depth to that is not really popular and that no normal doctor will tell you. Because doctors, they are very much concerned about selling that medication or supplements. But even if you're not having that negative attitude towards that they are paid by selling stuff, even if you think they want to do you something good, for so many diseases, they have no possibility to heal them. Medication is mostly not healing for many diseases. For some diseases, okay, but there are other diseases like chronic diseases where medicine cannot heal that disease. So medicine is helpful for the side effects, for the symptoms. But even for that, I have the experience that all that medication is leading to suppression of the root cause of that disease, and symptoms are kind of signals. They want to show you something, they want to tell you something, and that is something that can be healed on a deeper level. And if you can heal that on a deeper level, you're not dependent on that medication anymore because the root cause of that disease is healed. Of course, diseases are a complex topic and I cannot talk about every symptom and disease in this video, it's impossible. But I want to share with you a simple example to show you a bit more about this approach that I discovered. So I had for so many years always digestive issues, and even if I'm taking supplements, it didn't solve this problem. Sometimes I felt like it's even worse. As I started to listen to that symptom, what is this digestive issue actually telling me? And it's quite simple, because if I think about it, I have these digestive issues. It means that I cannot digest something. And what is it that I cannot digest? What kind of emotions, what kind of feelings? It might be also a certain kind of food, but that's only the surface of that, I feel. So there's something deeper inside of me that I could not digest. And what was needed in order to solve that problem was actually very easy, for free, and I can do it for myself whenever I want. So I discovered that by just giving me that space from time to time during my daily life for just doing nothing and diving into that state of non-doing, it helps me to digest. It's very simple, because if I'm running all day and being occupied in so many different kind of activities, then my body has no space, no time where it can digest all of that feelings and emotions that are connected to all that input that I'm taking in all the time, but also to digest the food, because in silence, if the body is still, the body can digest. And it's quite simple. So instead of taking so many supplements or some kind of medication that is actually more harmful to the body in another kind of way, I found out that just taking that time during my daily life to do nothing, to just be, in silence is healing that digestive issues. So it was about finding a better balance between activity and passivity. And that's just one example. But this example, I think, can show you how this approach works. And if you have some kind of health issues, for me, it's the most easiest way is to start with the symptoms that you can feel every day. So you start with that symptom that is the most powerful symptom, and you dive into yourself and you try to discover what this symptom is telling you. And in order to discover and come to that root causes that are lying inside of us, for me it's absolutely necessary to dive into that nothingness where I'm doing nothing at all, listening to my body, looking inside. And that's why it's so important and so powerful, and we forget about that because all that society around us is telling us that it's very valuable to do a lot, to be very active, but we forget how healing it can be to just spend time with ourselves in silence, where we're not doing anything at all. Our body has that capacity to heal itself. And if we start to trust in that abilities, and you can start today by just setting that intention that you are able to heal yourself. It's possible. Then if you're taking that awareness and bringing it to that symptoms, to that kind of disease that you are facing right now, and you become very aware of it, and you watch it, you watch the symptoms that you have every day, then suddenly there will come something to you, and it's telling you what is important for you right now. It's kind of like you're diving into that nothingness, into that space of non-doing. You're bringing awareness to that, and suddenly you just know what is good for you in that very moment, what is helpful for you to heal. We have that ability inside of us. We just need to start to trust again into that, and to know for ourselves that it's possible to heal. Somebody told you that it's not possible. Doctors always telling that. They are saying, with chronic diseases, it's not possible to heal them, just take the medication and that's it. But I can tell you from my experience, I know that it's possible to heal. We have just forgotten how to heal and lost that connection to ourselves and to our body. The body is more than just a mechanism. It's very intelligent. The body and the mind, they are connected, and they are root causes for that bodily symptoms in the mind. And if we can find them, watch them, bringing awareness to that, so many things are changing, and these patterns in the mind are kind of like dissolving if we are bringing awareness to them. And then there's the possibility to start into a new life that is completely different. And that's spontaneous healing for me. It's not that miracle like we think. It seems like a miracle because we have that idea of healing that we have right now in the society. But actually it's not a healing. It's just a shift in consciousness. And this shift is that deep so that all that layers on the surface are changing somehow in consequence to that. then it's not a doing like I have to change my diet. It's just very clear what is good for the body and what is not good for the body. And you know what is good for you. It's kind of like a rediscovering of that. So I hope this video could be an inspiration for you to start diving into that non-doing, at least for some minutes a day, where you take that time for yourself in silence, not doing anything at all, just spending that time together with yourself. And I'm sharing so many different kind of ways how to start, how to get into that space on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, you will find the other videos that are giving you the opportunity to step into that space, to feel that, because it might be difficult in the beginning. But if you are starting, and once you took the first step and set that intention to heal, everything will align to that. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a beautiful day and hope to see you in the next video.